Oh, are we live?
We are live.
All right. Well, good morning from Dubai for me. Good night for people who are in the States. Hope everybody's doing well. Just waking up over here, but man, no, man, we have a pretty jam-packed stream today. A huge shout out to Yacht Club Inu for sponsoring today's stream, of course. This is actually a cryptocurrency that honestly took me by surprise. I'm really excited for today's stream, having the founder on who's going to be discussing his project, or yeah, it is his project later during the stream in about 15 to 20 minutes. But today we're going to start off by talking about what was maybe not the most successful of launches, the Saita Realty launch on the Saitama ecosystem. Remember, as always, guys, none of us are financial advisors by any means. Rather, we're just trying to share with you guys some of the information that we are seeing firsthand in the crypto market. And of course, things are looking pretty dang good in cryptocurrency. So we'll go ahead and start off by maybe looking at some of the overall crypto charts. Bitcoin, I think, did it hit 47,000 just recently, or maybe 48,000? Am I mistaken?
I don't think it did. Yeah, I think it's just about to. It's at what? It's at 46,800 right now. 4680,
46. Crazy,
46,800.
crazy.
So close, so
Yeah, things are
close.
looking phenomenal though for sure. So
Oh yeah,
maybe we
very
can
good.
uh yeah, Matt, if you don't mind just sharing maybe your screen, we can look at global crypto market and then we can talk about some other things. So Rigger, I wanted to ask you because you're the one who I think keeps up a lot with the crypto policy, crypto news in that kind of sense. Because you were kind of anticipating this. Going back through our conversations and our dialogues, even on the OTC channel, you were saying after we might, the market might hurt a little bit more before things get a lot better. And right now, I think we're in that a lot better phase, if you will. So, what are your thoughts on everything and the anticipated bull run that we are seeing now?
Yeah, I definitely don't want to sound overly optimistic because obviously there's still a lot of volatility in the market. And just as much as we are having a good couple of days here, we could have a bad couple of days following. So don't want to sound overly optimistic, but this is what I anticipated happening because the reasons to currently be bullish, folks, are just so much greater. They're so much more numerous than the reasons to be bearish. Everybody right now is trying to get involved in cryptocurrency because the fact of the matter is, we are going to be living in a digital age very, very soon. It's like the internet. There were a lot of people that were very resistant on getting on board when it comes to the internet, but guess what? Eventually, they had no choice. So we are starting to build the narrative right now. The story is starting to be written where people are kind of being pushed into a corner and eventually they're not going to have any choice, whether it's institutions, hedge funds, or even whole governments. Right now, we are seeing all the pieces fall into place perfectly. Now, for what we are seeing currently right now, there's no one good catalyst, in my opinion. I think this is just things coming back online because we've been talking a lot about all the bad that has been happening, whether it be tensions overseas. Of course, we talked a lot about policy. We talked a lot about the Federal Reserve and what's going on on the planet right now in terms of pandemic. So, we've talked about these things quite a bit. And as we start to see the world, not just here in the US, just the world start to return to normalcy, I think people are starting to get more and more interested in taking on a little bit more risk. And so that is why I think we are going to start seeing things come back online. I still believe that Bitcoin, Ethereum, and a lot of other top cryptocurrencies are heavily undervalued. But as we start, weathering the storm a little bit, getting through this volatility, I think this is just the beginning of what's going to be a very, very strong 2022.
Yeah, this is very
Oh
volatile. I
my,
mean, like it's jumped all of a sudden
Right.
at 1:29 p.m.,
Right.
1:30 p.m. Pacific time. It's absolutely insane. Um, yeah, I mean it's up. So yeah, wow, so
Yeah,
volatile.
the 7 day, the 7 day, even the 1 month looks really strong. But yeah, there's no, you can't point to something and be like, oh yeah, that's why this happened. You know what I mean? I think it's just things that are just, the market starting to catch up. We were talking a lot about Shiba Inu during the summer, and even me and my brother, we were talking so much during the summer saying, why is Shiba Inu not moving? It makes no sense. This token is so heavily undervalued with all the exchange listings. Shiba Swap had just come out. The development team was talking about all of these things that they had in the pipeline. I was like, this thing's going to make a run. And it was just over the span of a couple of days where we saw that big bump, and then it flattened out a little bit. Then we saw that big bump again. And it was just the market just kind of coming back online and recognizing how undervalued it was. So I think maybe that's what we're seeing right now in crypto, that there's no specific catalyst. It's just the market saying, hey, these things are kind of undervalued right now.
And I see why you hear you mentioned ETH 2.0 is almost here. I've read a lot of articles also about how, you know, the progress that's been coming along with Ethereum too. I don't know if that's at all impacts anything here, but I've seen a lot of a lot of optimism coming out of that as well, with how that infrastructure is going to be a lot better, a lot smoother, like much lower gas fees, and it's making people also like a lot more excited about crypto in general as well. You know, I'm sure like all of us, we've all paid a ton on gas fees, and there's always some kind of issue with it. But no, I think there's a lot to be excited about. And just like looking at the chart, like it's unlike other times where, you know, you've seen it suddenly rise up. Like this momentum has been building over the past few weeks. So hopefully this keeps on going and building on from there. We kind of go back to where we saw those highs of like 4,800, or at least on the ETH side.
No, most definitely. And I think, you know, when you're saying all-time highs, I really do think, you know, again, with how momentum, right? Momentum is really what dictates everything. And that's the thing with crypto, is that with a snap of a finger, as fast as it goes down during those days that we see it crash, right, in front of our eyes, that's how quickly it can come right back up. And so it's an interesting space, you know. I don't know. It's fun. I enjoy it, but you have to be prepared always be prepared, never surprised by the crypto market. It's crazy.
It's just so funny. It's funny because, like, I remember back in January, you know, like through November, December, and even January, whenever we were just getting those horrible red days, and how upset we were that Ethereum had gotten down to around 3,000, you know, bumped around, got up to like 3,300. And we were so upset about that. And now we're so happy for it to be back at 3,300. It's you know, the psychology of investing is just absolutely insane.
It's nuts. It is nuts. But, you know, one thing that we did mention during the beginning of our stream is we wanted to discuss today Saita Realty. So for the Saitama ecosystem, you guys know, soon after Lily Finance decided to launch off Uniswap due to the delays on Saitamask, the Saitama team decided that they wanted to introduce a new token to their ecosystem, which is Saita Realty, something that would be specific and, you know, what's the word I'm looking for? Exclusive to Saitamask, and you would have to be a Saitama holder to purchase said tokens. Well, a few weeks ago, we discussed it. We talked about it here on the stream, and we brought up, you know, we all wanted to get into Saita Realty upon launch. The launch failed due to the fact that Saitamask was attacked by bots. Okay, understandable. Fast forward a few more weeks to the day before yesterday, maybe was it? Friday. It was Friday, so 3 days ago now. Well, it's Monday here. Regardless, we had yet another failed launch, and it was due to the fact that, you know, there's a few different factors that contributed to the fact that, you know, the launch failed. Right now, it's not necessarily that it failed, but first of all, liquidity, right? There was sufficient liquidity to actually allow us to complete the swap. So if you bought Saita Realty, it was a mess. Right, I'm here overseas, and you know, with my time frame and everything, I was telling everyone via updates on Twitter, 2:30 a.m. still unable, 4:30 a.m. still unable. Went to sleep, woke back up at 10:30 a.m. still unable to swap. And then luckily, I was able to establish a small position in multiple small increments. Although 5 trillion was the stated amount by the development team for how much you can invest per transaction with this 30-second cooldown mechanism, which I thought was pretty smart. Well, that wasn't the case. So you guys know I actually did visit the Saitama booth here in Dubai, and you know, didn't really go as planned. I was planning to hopefully meet with Russ. Unfortunately, he did contract COVID, so he was stuck back in the United States and wasn't able to attend in person. So I don't know. You know, for me, I like to give lot of leeway to these teams, especially for the newer projects. If you're between that 1 to 50 million, even $100 million market cap, I feel like we can give you that pass. We can give you a pass where we can say, hey, you don't have the infrastructure, you don't have the IT, right? The information technology, your tech team in general probably isn't well established. But once you pass that $100 million threshold, getting into the mid cap or $1 billion threshold like Saitama, getting into the macro cap token space, that's when investors don't have any, there's no breathing room for you to make those kind of mistakes time and time and time again. So you guys know we don't collectively here, we don't like to bash on any token. That's not what we're here for. We're not the kind of people that like to spread FUD. But there's not a thin line between FUD and fact, right? And what we're seeing here in front of our eyes with Saitama, per the price action, thankfully some good news did follow after the failed Saita Realty launch. But I don't know. I kind of went off on a ramble a little bit there, but I've had it. It's definitely reached my threshold in terms of being able to be patient. And believe it or not, I still am. I'm practicing patience, but at this point, just trying to figure out like, hey, is it even worth it anymore? Do you just move on after staying up, all night trying to get in on a launch? At another time, when I was still back in the States, per the first, or maybe was it their second launch at that point, that also didn't go well. I don't know. Committed a lot of time for something that ended up failing. You guys could see the whales exiting, selling out of their positions, all these different things. So Meta, Rigger, you were both involved in the side of Realty as well. So kind of tell me your guys' frustrations, your thoughts, and what you're doing moving forward with this ecosystem.
Yeah, I can go ahead and go. Yeah, it's been annoying. Like I live in the West Coast, so the launches was at 2 p.m. and I still have a day job, and I'm like working, throughout 2 p.m. until 5 p.m. And I just pretty much stopped working and was just focused on side of Realty. And like didn't do any work at all. Like, I was about to get in trouble with work and whatnot, but good thing I'm working from home, so like no one can see me not working. But
they're watching right now. All your bosses.
Oh shoot. No, but yeah, so I'm just like the whole time I'm just like focused on Saitama. No, I mean there's nothing happening. You don't want to miss it. Like you're waiting and no launch, and you're like it could be any minute now, and you're just like hours and hours. You're just checking to see what happens, and nothing. And that's what it's a lack of transparency. Like I keep going on their AMAs, on their Twitter Spaces, and they keep talking about how transparency is important. But like I don't like it. I feel like they're not. Like they come and join, and they talk very chill, very relaxed, and it's like, hey, like I don't know where this tone is coming from. Like you guys have like left us in the dark for a few hours now. Like we were definitely expecting more. And like you see like how volatile like the stock, like the chart is. Like you'll like it was hilarious. Like you see like okay, like 2 p.m., 5 p.m. came, nothing happened. You see people dumping on it, and then they drop like a tweet or something, and then it comes back up, and then like nothing happens, and it comes back down. So it's also hilarious seeing like how whales move with like that information. Like it's so like it flows so like easily and like smooth, like with just what's going on. So whenever people get annoyed, like it goes down and then it comes back up. So this has been interesting to say the least. But I don't know. I managed to eventually get some side of Realty, so I'm excited to see what's gonna happen out of it. I mean, we'll see. There's not. I mean, I got to give them credit also. Like it's not an easy thing that they're doing, I guess. Although to your point with how big they've grown, they should have the infrastructure in place now. But we'll see, I guess. We'll see. Hopefully, they execute. Like it's not fully over yet. And if you look at the charts, like there are some issues with some people getting really big bags and so forth. So I guess to make it more fair, I don't know what they're doing on the back end, but hopefully they're doing things to prevent some of those really big bags from dumping on everyone else. Kind of what happened with Lily a few months ago. So I don't know. We'll see. I guess, like I keep showing my frustration everywhere and everyone just told me to be patient. So I guess that's all we can do right now, just be patient.
Yeah. I definitely don't disagree with you guys by any means. Obviously, whenever you're building something new and innovative, there are going to be growing pains that come along with that. And so what they're doing over in the Saitama team, what they're building right now, they're building something very new and innovative, something that hasn't been done before. I don't think I've ever seen a token launch where you had to use the ecosystem's native token in order to get that token that's launching. That's pretty new and it's innovative, and they're launching it exclusively on their app. So I want to give them credit for kind of going into the unknown and doing something special here. And I also want to give them credit for coming on at, I think it was like 2 a.m. Central Time. I think Russ came on an AMA and just kind of explained everything that happened. And I think that's when, Saita Realty went like live again thereafter that, and you could start trading it again. So big ups to those guys for really being in the trenches and staying up and doing the hard work. On top of that, something that you have to keep in mind, and something that I didn't recognize actually, is that Saitama doesn't have a marketing wallet. They have a treasury now, I believe, but in terms of a marketing reflection, that never existed. So all the money that they're pouring into this token is actually coming out of their own pockets. I mean, they're building a business, obviously, they're building a brand, but a lot of the marketing funds are actually coming out of their pockets. So whenever they had to increase the servers by 10x and then eventually 100x, they paid for all of that out of pocket. Max Equation, Max Hernandez, the guy that's working on the back end on all the technical stuff, they pay all of his stuff is paid out of pocket, and his team is paid out of pocket as well. So it's very impressive what they're building. And they also mentioned on an AMA that they're going to start beefing up, Max's team. So he's going to have a lot more engineers and IT specialists that are going to be able to really get this stuff online in a way that's going to be able to hold the capacity of the whole Saitama Wolfpack. So some things obviously happened on launch that weren't anticipated. And I think the fact that we're coming from a perspective of frustration goes to show you that we are just holding them to a high standard because we know they can do better. And I think that's the bottom line. And I think that's the thing that a lot of people haven't been understanding. Everybody's like, hey, people are spreading FUD and all this stuff. Guys, the bottom line is it's just accountability. The Saitama team has already accomplished so much, and we are just holding them to the standard that we know they can achieve. Yesterday, Russ was on an AMA saying, and Faltron as well, saying, hey, we got to catch some W's. We got to get some wins under our belt because it's just been fail after fail after fail, and the community is frustrated. So moving forward, yes, I wouldn't say it was a failed launch because it's launched and you can swap for it now, but there's no liquidity, obviously, so it's a little tough to get. But I think it was a botched launch. But I think it can be remediated, and that's exactly what they're working on. And they're going to inject liquid, according to Max and Russ, they're going to inject liquidity back into the Saitama Saita Realty pair. Eventually, after they figure out some stuff that happened on launch and investigate it. Something else that you have to keep in mind is things happened on launch day that they did not anticipate. So one being exploits that happened where somebody was able to get an insane amount of tokens because their max wallet buys had to be switched over a couple of times. So people were able to buy quadrillions of tokens for very, very, very low amounts of Saitama. Another thing that people did that sucked the liquidity right out of the pair, they would swap their Saitama for Saita Realty. They would turn around and swap their Saita Realty back for Saitama. That's whenever some of those big wallets ended up dumping, right? Instead of swapping their Saitama for ETH on SaitaMask because there were so many problems going on with it, they went to Uniswap. You guys got to remember, this is all on the blockchain. They don't have to use SaitaMask in order to swap their Saitamas for ETH. So they were going to Uniswap. So that liquidity was never getting re-injected back into SaitaMask. They were going to Uniswap. They were swapping their Saitama for ETH, and boom. At that point, you were just sucking all that Saitama right out of SaitaMask. So those are some of the issues that happened on launch day. Obviously, some of them should have been anticipated. They should have seen some of this stuff coming, but I'm going to cut them just a little bit more slack. Obviously, I am super frustrated. They should have got this right. They are a multi-$100 million operation at this point. They should have got it right, but I will cut them some slack for trying to be innovative. And I will also, applaud them for really being in the trenches late last night or the night before, talking to the people, holding the AMAs. But yeah, we need to do better. We need to do better for sure.
And to your point, like that's the marketing point is also something that I didn't realize is that they don't
Right.
get any reflections from marketing. And I noticed that with their OKX exchange listing, the whole like thing they had going on. I was confused, like why are they putting it all on the community to do? Why aren't they paying
Right.
for it? But obviously it's because they don't have a marketing wallet. It's all it's all like self-funded. So it's cool, and it looks like the community, like we were able to reach 5,000 votes or transfers. So looks like that'll hopefully be coming along. I didn't realize like OKX was such a big exchange
Right.
either. I think it's like the second largest.
Yeah, something like that. And you're completely right. That really caught me off guard. I was like, yeah, they don't have a marketing wallet. Obviously, they're making strides to having some type of revenue be generated through Saitamask with some of their platforms that they're building. Russ mentioned a couple of things. I just don't remember them off the top of my head. But as of right now, all of this has been out of pocket. But moving forward, I think they're going to remediate that, obviously. But yeah, that's why they have some big hurdles that they have to overcome, and unfortunately they can't just throw money at everything, especially with Max. Everybody in the community throws so much shade at Max. Guys, if it was up to Max, like this is exactly what Russ said yesterday. I'm gonna try to remember the quote exactly. If he could pull out $10 million, give it to Max, and Max can hire thousands of engineers, that's what they would do, and this thing would run as smooth as butter. It would run like a Google or an Apple or a Yahoo, you know what I mean? It would run very, very smoothly. But the fact of the matter is, these guys are growing and expanding and scaling as time goes on. So yeah, there's some growing pains, but eventually, Saitamask, I know for a fact that once if they keep going on this trajectory and really put the work in, Saitamask is going to run like a Google app. Nobody ever has any problems with any Google app or any Apple app. You know what I mean? Everything is just very, very smooth. But you can't get there without a little bit of growing pains. So it's going to take some time.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna give them 1 week, and if it's not 1 week, then I'm gonna burn my shirt. I'm gonna go and burn the shirt.
Oh,
no, I'm kidding. I wouldn't do that.
But the frustration
Saitama,
frustration is warranted, man. Like the community should be ticked off. The community should be holding them accountable. People are reacting in different ways and showcasing that frustration in different ways. But I think all of it is just because we need to be constructive and we need to hold them accountable. And it's coming from a place of love, obviously. Otherwise, we wouldn't even be talking about it to begin with.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah. No, I agree, and I think this is one last thing I want to mention before we move on to our next segment of the stream. Is what are you guys' thoughts on, generally speaking, when it comes to these tokens and these projects? One of my favorite things that I like to see in a project early on as they progress is a marketing reflection. How hard it's, again, I guess maybe the contract is renounced, but it's typically not too difficult to implement a marketing reflection, even though you didn't have that establishment. Because I think for projects, especially these crypto projects, a lot of these developers aren't coming from billions and billions and billions of dollars. Aside from the investors that are coming into the space, right? Because Russ and his team, everybody has Saitama tokens and they're making a lot of money that way. But to be 100% honest, like, why not create some kind of marketing reflection? You know how the wolf, you guys know the wolf pack. We're all part of this community. These are individuals that are resilient. These are individuals who have time and time again seen the ups and the downs. And I think more likely than not, everyone would be more than willing to, implement a 1% even sales tax. Saitama has $20 to $30 million of trading volume each and every day. Yes, lately it hasn't been as high, but $20 to $30 million. Take 1% of that every day, or 2% as a marketing reflection, and look what that's going to do to your ecosystem. That's why I'm a huge fan. The first things I look at on any white paper or any website for these new crypto projects is, what does the marketing reflection look like, or the development reflection? Because that is so crucial for the growth of a project. And I think maybe it's frowned upon, yes, when we see the 6 to 10% reflections coming to a marketing wallet, even though for me, I think it's not really a bad thing. Investors are more than willing to pay it, especially if they really like a project and they want to support. That's the least we can do. But I don't know. I just want to kind of get your guys' opinions on marketing reflections, marketing wallets, development wallets, because personally for me, it's something that I look forward to as an investor. I'm more than willing to pay a 5 to 10% tax to help develop a project, because it makes me feel like, hey, I'm impacting the project, not just my own bags.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree with you. I think, such a large project, such high volume, like 1%, it's not going to be that much for the investor, but it's going to be huge for the overall project. Like that's what,
Absolutely.
And I'm excited to hear about Yacht Club, because that's a lot of what Yacht Club does, is that they take a little reflection to use it to run the whole, Yacht Club. So just a small little reflection here, that would definitely go big. $20 million, 1%, that would be what, $200,000 every day. That can do so much for Saitama, so much for the community.
Crazy.
Whether it's even if it's buybacks or if it's, I don't know, something you can do a lot. The development team can grow so much bigger and do so much more, and become even bigger than it already is. So definitely, I think they should consider that for sure.
That's what makes crypto, right? These reflections that are implemented in these smart contracts. We're not talking about the stock market, right? Of these people who have all this money that I don't know. It's just that's what makes crypto, especially the space that we're in, the micro cap, the community driven space. So yeah, I'll stop rambling. But how about you, Rigger? Your thoughts?
Yeah, I agree. I think it's important, especially in the infancy in a token's life cycle, to have some type of marketing and development wallet, just to get them up to speed. I don't know how that really works when it comes to exchange listings, like how the reflections and the wallets and the distribution on the smart contract end up working. But as of right now, yeah, I mean, Saitama isn't in on any major exchanges, so this whole time they could have had potentially a marketing or development reflection that would have really, in my opinion, yeah, because I mean, just look at the volume. That would have done numbers for them and their potential to scale in the future. And then eventually they could have gotten to a point where it's like, hey, you know what? Our marketing wallet is big enough to where if we start just using this to implement ways within our ecosystem to start generating revenue, whether that, you know, the platforms that they're planning on building in the future, that would have been, I think, the path of least resistance. But you know, unfortunately, that's not what happened, and everything was done out of pocket. But you know, you're completely right. In order to really get up to speed, in order to come online and bring life to a token, I think that marketing reflection, at least within the very early stages of the token, you know, before they're even talking about exchange listings or that becomes relevant, I think it is important. I agree.
Absolutely. Yeah. No. Well, we'll hope for the best again, and holding Saitama still, holding Saita Realty now, hoping for the best for these guys, and you know, hopefully we'll see better days for sure. But regardless, today, as I mentioned earlier on the stream, we do have a sponsor for the stream, and that is Yacht Club Inu. So a lot of you probably haven't heard of Yacht Club Inu, or some of the community members are actually in the chat. We're seeing them vocal, we're seeing them loud. But this is a token, honestly, guys, that I am really, really starting to get pretty excited about. So again, one of the things that you guys need to understand is, per the founder, and he's actually going to be joining us here in just a moment, they have a reflection that basically is helping contribute to purchasing a yacht. And you guys can think about it kind of like a timeshare, where all the holders of the token, and again, I don't know the details to the full extent, but the holders technically are going to basically have a timeshare where you'll be able to access this yacht. So there's the Bored Ape Yacht Club that you guys have probably heard about with the NFT collection, where again, you get exclusive rights to these kind of things as an NFT holder. Well, they're doing it from a crypto token standpoint instead of an NFT standpoint, with other perks, including reflections that you get holding the token. So without further ado, we're going to invite on Alex, also known as Captain, and he's going to kind of give you guys his perspective as the founder of this token, his vision. And Alex, welcome in. Add you to the stream. There we go.
Hey guys, how you doing?
Good. How are you?
We are good. How are you?
Alex.
Good. Hey, I appreciate the opportunity. Your pop, everything met at rigor mortis.
Absolutely.
Glad to be here. So yeah, I noticed. Yeah, right off the bat, you pulled up the website. We actually have the new refresh facelift, and it's going to include the taxes down there. They're going to be updated. You know, we do have that 1% reflection on the buys, the 1% on the sells, and if you pull up those percentages right there, we took 1% off. So the taxes are going to remain the same, but we took 1% off of the Yacht Club fund for each side. So we already started getting ahead on the Yacht Club fund. You know, way ahead of our goal, actually. We're like 12% now already of our first objective. So we slow that down a little bit because that's further down in our phases. But yeah, we definitely have something very special brewing over here at the Yacht Club Inu community. So
that's super awesome.
I just want to make sure I
ahead,
understand the math correctly. Like essentially what happens is like say it says 3% Yacht Club fund here. It essentially takes 3% of volume, and that goes into a wallet that's going to be used to, you know, whether it's buy or rent yachts and build the club. That's essentially what it comes down to, right?
Yep, correct.
No, that's awesome. And it's Miami, Monaco, from Monte Carlo and Dubai, right? Is the plan?
Yeah. So we want to start. We obviously want to expand, right? But our goals are first to start in Miami, Dubai, and Monaco. So.
Wow.
Yeah,
So,
very good.
Alex,
We want something new to the crypto space, you know?
Yeah,
So,
seriously. Meta's
hey,
eyes lit up.
and community tokens are coming back. You know, I love myself some community tokens. You see ETH going up, you see Bitcoin going up. So
Yeah, man.
perfect time.
No, I love a yacht for sure. This is really cool, interesting.
Yeah.
Content.
It's an affordable opportunity too, you know. You don't have to be a millionaire. You know, we're gonna have a formal business plan laid out. We have the foundation right now. Actually, one of our developers too in real life, you know, he has a business. So we do have some experience on the dev team as well, coming from the outside perspective, not just the crypto perspective of actually having that. So,
Right.
yeah, and Alex, I was going to ask you. So, can you kind of explain? So, again, you have this reflection, and you have this marketing fund or a yacht club fund that you guys are currently, growing. So, and you said you're 12% towards your goal. So, 12% of the way to buy your first yacht. Is that correct?
correct.
And how long? So, how long has the token
Wow.
been around now? So,
We are at 10 days now, 9 days.
oh my God!
Yeah. Oh yeah, we're still
That's
young. We're still
crazy.
young, but we're loud. Our community's loud. Great community. I love
So
you guys.
12%,
Shout out. I
12%
see you
in 10
guys.
days.
Yeah, 12%. Yeah.
That
Jumped
is
up pretty quick.
That's definitely
So-
exceptional. And so in terms of your marketing, right? Because
Mhm.
we're a smaller YouTube channel, and we hopefully try to get some more new eyes or new people to look at these new projects that are sponsoring the stream and that kind of thing. But for marketing so far, what have you guys done in the first 10 days? Right? Because we were talking about the marketing reflection earlier with the whole Saitama thing. What have you guys done so far to market your crypto asset? Because I think one of the things that investors don't really understand is it's pretty difficult for people in the crypto space to market their products. It's not like, everyday home goods. Like, oh yeah, I'm making a cleaning wipes. I don't know. I'm just thinking about like COVID and the pandemic. And then you can just make a commercial, tag it on a TV, whatever. So what have you guys done so far for Yacht Club Inu? And what are you guys going to be doing to kind of market this to more people?
Okay. Yeah.
And I'll
so
also add
sorry.
that it's very discouraging whenever you see the stock price kind of come down, but it looks like it's been coming up very nicely recently. So obviously,
Nice rebound,
what
yeah.
you've been doing has been phenomenal for sure. You obviously give those people in the beginning that just pump and dump, but now you're starting to get all those folks out and get the real people in.
Yeah, and that's what we want. We want solid holder base. We're obviously getting higher lows. We're holding good floors,
Yep.
and that's key too in this point, of the token. With the young market cap that we're at right now, and still the holder base that we're at right now too is very young. But in regards to the marketing aspect, right? So obviously we're going all over Twitter. I see it everywhere now. That's nice to see. I'm gonna do a YouTube
That's where I
approach.
saw you guys.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, we're
Twitter.
very active on Twitter. We're very active. But yeah, we actually have another marketing campaign that we're gonna start here soon. We're gonna start reaching out to Yahoo Finance and all that. Get more real the everyday investor perspective to see that too. There's Market Watch and all those out there too. We're just waiting. We're not even on CoinMarketCap or CoinGecko yet, so that's literally just a waiting game. But yeah, so that's where we're at right now with our stance in marketing. We want to further branch out too. We're already in contact with some people down now in Miami. In regards, because I used to live in Florida, right? Now I'm up on the northeast of the states, but I used to live down in Florida for 7 years too. So there's quite a few marinas and yacht clubs, basically, that we want to actually talk to. Give them the crypto perspective, all that. Good for the crypto community as well as later partnerships if we need.
Oh yeah. I think sorry, we're also eager to ask you questions because this is a really interesting project. I think you guys are building
haven't seen it yet. So
yeah, something really cool. But what you said about getting potential investors in that maybe historically haven't been interested in cryptocurrency, because obviously if people own a yacht or if you're a part of a yacht club, then you're probably extraordinarily wealthy and looking for investment opportunities. So that could really open a very, very big door for you guys for sure.
And so how does it work out? Like, how does it work? Because I'm hopefully I'll be going to Miami next week for like the Bitcoin 2022 conference. So I'll definitely try to get on a yacht. But just once this all comes together,
Yeah, check one out. They're good. It's a good time.
Definitely. So is it like where I have to own a certain amount of like I'm not sure if you guys have thought this far ahead. Do I have to own a certain number of tokens? Or that's like own like a Miami NFT or something, or to get access?
No.
How does one get access?
So we'll have NFTs too that we're going to implement with some of that. Right now, we're looking at establishing different tier levels. So hold the token for X amount of days, 30 days, right? Hold them a certain amount of token for 30 days. If you hold this percentage of this token, you have options to this type of boat or yacht. Not everyone. We have a very diverse community too, and not everyone wants to go just on a yacht, right? So we can even get like charter fishing boats, stuff like that. And the prices are actually not that astronomical either to make all that actually a reality. So it's crazy what you can do in the crypto space. Like I said, 12% in like a week and 3 days. So
I have a hypothetical scenario for you, Alex.
Yeah.
If you were to get to $1 billion market cap, would you just call it Yacht Club instead of Yacht Club Inu? Like, do you guys have plans on eventually getting rid of the Inu, or is that becoming, a part of your branding now where you kind of want to hold on tight to that?
So I haven't really thought too much about that. We do want to kind of rebrand once we get to a certain market cap too, especially since we'd have to expand, into like a LLC perspective or a business perspective on it then as well, not just the crypto approach as a token.
Right.
But yeah,
absolutely. Love it.
And one thing, Alex, that you might want to consider, I don't know if you've looked at it too much, but since you said one of the expansion projects for you guys is going into Dubai, right? And I'm actually here right now, and I've been here
they love their yachts, huh? They love their yachts. They love their boats.
But also incorporating your business here in the UAE, you have a 0% corporate tax. So you should consider, looking into that a little bit, because there seems like there's really some big incentives if you are willing to branch out that way. But yeah, pretty cool stuff.
Definitely keep that in mind. Hey, I appreciate that. Yeah, we're always open to that.
Absolutely.
So,
yeah.
Yeah, this is a wonderful idea. Anytime where you can take a cryptocurrency asset and somehow apply it to real life use cases, I think it just blows a lot of things out of the water. Just the idea in and of itself. So, when you guys execute, I think it's going to be something very, very special.
Oh, 100%. Like I said, I haven't seen this in the sector before either.
Right.
So really, really excited. Really excited for it. And of course, there's going to be growing pains on the way too, but we'll overcome it. We're a hard-working team, so. Maybe
to that point, maybe we can touch on kind of the roadmap a little bit and just see what's in store in the near and far future. Do you want to give a little overview of that?
Yeah, so cool. So we already crossed up phase 1. We're on to phase, like I said, this can get a little facelift. You guys will see here within the next day. It'll be up and running. The whole website in general, right? But so we're on to phase 2 for the most part. We have our first collection of about 500 NFTs. They're 40% complete now. We started that the day of launch. Those are going to have a use case 2 to where it's going to have a. Can you hear me?
Yep, we can.
Oh, sorry, I thought. Okay, it's gonna have use case 2 to where if you're holding the NFT, you're gonna get a certain amount of reflections that are gonna go into a pool, and every 24 hours, each NFT, it's gonna have different rarities, right? And that's gonna have depending which one you hold, it's gonna pool a percentage out of that pool every 24 hours in the native token of Yacht Club Inu as well. That's on our phase 2, right? And community giveaways too. Once we break the all-time high. We're going. It's on our Twitter. It's in the Telegram community page. We're gonna pay a trip down to a community member down to Miami, and we're gonna rent the yacht for them so we can get a review. They're gonna just need a video from them to get a review, so we can actually start checking out what some of these yachts are like. So
that's awesome. And I think I saw something about a charity as well.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So also today we just started donating to our first charities. It's the Sea Shepherd organization, and that has to do with, we donated them $1,000. We're doing weekly donations, but that organization is to conserve and protect the wildlife in the oceans for marine animals. Mainly that targets illicit fishing of dolphins, stingrays, whales, stuff like that. So, and that donation is going to fund their equipment and fuel for their boats. So, every week, we're going to do a different community-based donation. We're going to toss out a couple ideas that accept crypto payment and have the community do a poll.
I love it. I really, I really like the fact that a lot of projects are starting to do that. Because a lot of
It's
money is being
important.
made in crypto. Yeah, and making sure you have at least, even if it's a insignificant amount when you look at the overall market cap and that kind of thing, it still means so much, right? It just shows that there's more that the team and the community that cares about than just, going to the moon, if you will. So that's actually really awesome that you guys are doing that.
Appreciate
Donation
it.
to charity, and I think it started, again from 1 or 2 tokens, and now we're seeing it a lot more in the space, and it makes me very happy to see. So that's awesome that you guys are also doing that.
Oh, 100%. And what else we got? Phase 2 professional audit. Yeah, we did tech right for right now. We did that. We started that already.
It's a great one.
It's obviously a free one. Yeah. And we'll move up with different audits as it goes. Obviously we have to also keep that within our budget. Crypto is like managing a business. Let's see what else we got. Yacht Club tier system implementation. Yep, that's when we're gonna have all
No
that.
centralized exchange listing talks yet, though, right? That's phase 4.
No, centralized phase 4, right? So we're still gonna go with the DeFi exchange listings due to our taxes, right? So we can still get them like Hotbit with our taxes, Outbank, and we're in talks with different connections and contacts on requirements and where we want to move with the taxes that we have right now. So.
Gotcha. So with that being said, though, so I'm taking it that your contract is not renounced.
Correct.
Gotcha. And so that's another thing that I want to talk about for a second, because I think it's important for community to understand what that means. I think one of the worst things a development team can do is renounce their contract. There are, and thankfully
you have to relaunch if you want to change anything. So yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So one of the cool things that I want to mention to you, Alex, and the people that are viewing is there are solutions being built out. So contracts, because what does it mean for a contract to renounce? Basically, it gives the community the ease of mind or the peace of mind that nothing overnight is going to change, where the development team can put a 99% tax on their contract, meaning that if you try to sell, you're going to have to put a 99% slippage or whatever for it to actually go through. So you're not going to be making any of the money. Instead, it's going to all go back to their contract and yada yada. Well, one thing I want to mention, just because we're on the topic of renouncing your contract, again, you don't have the ability to change your taxes, right? So having I don't know if Yacht Club Inu has already done something like a 0% buy tax day or hour. You guys do that, right?
Well, yeah, we've done a promo to where we dropped it all the way down to 5% buy tax, for a 24-hour period. Yeah, we did stuff like that.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
It's nice to be able to promo it like that too. You can switch your taxes to 0, stuff like that, like you said.
Yeah. No, excellent. So there's one ecosystem that I'm a part of, and I'm actually an ambassador for the token. So we'll give them a little shameless plug here, but Everrise. So I don't know, Alex, if you've heard of Everrise or Rise token.
Yeah, I've seen it.
Yeah, they're trying to, again, bring safety back to the DeFi space specifically. And instead of renouncing your contract, what you do is there's something called Ever Own. And your contract is held by their team. And mind you, they have over 100,000 holders. It's a pretty significant project. And basically, they allow you to make adjustments to your taxes based off of your community's vote, allowing it to go through. You need X percentage or X amount of votes for that change the proposed change to actually occur. And it usually happens within 24 hours. So say Yacht Club Inu wants to change their buy and sell tax from I think it's a 5%, or no, you guys have a 10% buy sell?
10%, 10% buy, 12% sell.
10% buy, 12% sell. So say for 24 hours, we want to change from a 12% or a 10% buy, we want to make it 0%. So more people are able to enter in and establish a full position with no taxes. Well, that again is something you'd propose. And if the community votes yes, we want that, obviously everyone's going to want a 0% buy tax. Then it goes through after a 2/3 vote or whatever it is. Boom. Now you have activated that function for the next 24 hours, still again held by Everown. So something that I'm recommending developers do, just to, again, we're so afraid of things like rug pulls and issues like that, which, especially for us as content creators, right? One of the big things that we are very wary about, and trying to always approach with caution is working with projects that have strong development teams and have, mechanisms put into place to give reassurance back to the community. Because time and time again in the space, we've seen it. We've seen docs development teams. We've seen everything just disappear. It happens, unfortunately. I think one of the things like doxing, like you're doing, getting a KYC certification, which I don't know if you guys have done yet.
No. We plan on doing that really soon, though. Yep.
Yeah. So there are definitely some mechanisms in place, but I think there's much better ones now that really, I think, again, stops people from the necessity or the need to even consider renouncing. So again, it's going to continue to help the space grow, and hopefully we're going to see, the continued growth in DeFi. So
I don't know too much details about Everest. Is that already in place? Like, is that already live, that system?
100%. Yeah.
Okay.
Everone is one of the dApps that they have live. And
all right,
after the stream today, you and I are on Telegram, so I can connect you with them, because I think it's really an opportunity to, gain trust. And the cool thing is they announce it. They have a pretty significant Twitter following. So it's kind of like a mini shout out for your token once you onboard with them. And it's
that sounds good. Okay. Yeah. Definitely give me that information. And I mean that gives back to your investors too. They have a say. It's not just us. You guys have a say. You guys are the ones kind of in control. Like I said, community-based tokens. So yeah.
Absolutely. 100%. 100%. All right. Very cool. I mean, that's what I had. I don't know. Rigor mortis, Meta, what do you guys have for Yacht Club Inu? I'm excited about this project. I don't have a position yet, but I want to establish a position now for sure.
Appreciate it. Yeah. And there's going to be another one coming up too. We're going to drop that shortly after once our website refresh comes and our logo refresh as well. So exciting stuff to happen this week alone. So pretty pumped.
Excellent.
Yeah. Everything Meta, you got something?
No, I'm waiting to figure out the tiers. I'll get whatever that highest tier is. I'll make sure I load my bag so that I get that highest tier. But other than that, I'm excited.
That's what's up.
Top tier yacht.
I think you guys are building something special. And like I said, I'm really anticipating and excited for that execution. And once that comes, I think it's, I think this might be the standard, that people adopt in the future, where, hey, it's not just about rewarding your holders with something digital, but something physical as well. So, you guys are paving the way. You're doing something new. We talked a lot about innovation at the beginning of this podcast or this stream. So you guys are paving the way here, and it's exciting.
Yeah. We want to use innovation, thinking outside the box, just so we can make every, an everyday Joe or Jane, the next ethical whale, and give them the opportunity for an affordable chance to go out on boats, yachts, all that. So have that luxury lifestyle too in place. So.
Yeah.
Very cool. Very, very cool.
Awesome.
So Alex, do you have anything else you want to leave us off with before we get into trivia and doing our giveaway, our E3 for the stream?
No, not really. I mean, I hope to see new members come aboard, come sail the crypto waves with us on our yachts. And I'm the captain. And hey, actually, another hint to drop. We might have a co-captain coming on board soon too. So stick around for that.
Excellent. That's exciting. Well, very good.
Yeah,
I
appreciate your guys' time.
Absolutely, man. It was honestly all of our pleasure. It's speaking collectively for us. And I'll definitely be in contact with you on Telegram. Hopefully we can get something going. And I'll tell you more about the whole Everise thing if you are interested to learning more about that. So
yeah, definitely. Appreciate it. Thanks, guys.
Cool.
Thank you.
All right. Take care.
Hey, take care.
All right. Very cool, guys. I'm
very excited for trivia. I have a yacht related trivia question ready. So I'm ready to go.
Oh, that's good.
I like that. Well, I don't know. I'm starting to really, really, like a lot of the tokens that we're bringing on. It's so cool, the perspective that we're, allowing them to share. It's not because I've seen the 1 hour and a half AMAs with devs, and it just gets too long. But the fact this is short and sweet, 15, 20, 30 minutes max. They just give their quick spiel, talk about the project, and then you guys go do your research about it. So if you want to be a part of a yacht club or a yacht timeshare, if you will, this might be an opportunity. This is definitely the first of its kind in the cryptocurrency. So I don't know. I'm really excited for it. I think this can be big, and maybe we can see if they'll let us do like a Meta, your pop, rigor mortis, wearing a ski mask at a yacht meetup with you guys.
But honestly, on a more serious note, like, I'm really excited for crypto and decentralized finance, guys, because like, look at what you can do. Like, this can literally be a model for businesses in the future. You know what I mean? Like, you build a crypto asset and you have that crypto asset be the backdrop for the business that you're building. And then investors are able to buy in, or like if you're a tech company, for example, investors could be getting in that tech earlier than anybody else, for example. Or you can just, there's, the possibilities are literally endless. And like, and we're sitting here talking about being early, like that's as early as you can get. Like, there's going to be whole businesses that are gonna be having crypto be their foundation. So it's super exciting. It's people like Yacht Club Inu that are really starting this whole movement that gets me really, really excited.
Oh yeah, and I'm
100%.
super pumped because like the whole idea of like tokenomics is really interesting because like, I used to work in investment banking in a prior life, and like now we see like all those fees like not going to those greedy bankers, but going
Right.
to like the community. Like for example, let me give you an example. Like we used to do deals, like we do like an IPO or M&A deal for $100 million, and then our fee was 8%. So we would take $8 million fee for helping a company do their IPO. Or if you want to, back in the days when you wanted to like sell a stock, like Fidelity would charge you $5.95 for each trade you did. Where now you can do it for free on Robinhood. But like that $8 million that can be used to create a yacht club or create something for the community. That's why it's really interesting. Like now you're able to like list publicly on blockchain and not need to go through other
Right.
financial institutions who are gonna come and take a portion of the fund. So yeah, it's very exciting. I'm
Or
super
think,
excited about all of it.
or even think about it like this, Meta. Imagine that you, me, and Pop here, we end up making some type of business entity. You know what I mean? And we want to make sure that we split the funds, the profits evenly across all of us. We could literally write a smart contract, and any of the funds that we produce, we can literally inject them into a smart contract and have the funds be distributed to where nobody could get cheated in any type of way. Like the power behind that is just so profound.
Exactly. It really is. It really is.
And I'm really glad that we're so deep into crypto at this time.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Because
absolutely.
if you like, even just hearing you guys say what you just said, like, it gives you goosebumps because you start to think like, you're saying 8% was given to help a company go,
Crazy.
become publicly traded. That's 8% of $100 million valuation. Like, if you kind of conceptualize that a little bit and understand that once people that are in the stock market, these older folks, right, the boomers, whatever, the millennials, all these individuals start to see that, hey, crypto regulation is here. This is how these things are working, especially community-driven assets. We're going to see such a huge influx of individuals coming into the space. Like even coming here, I'm in the Middle East right now. Every single time I've been meeting, the last few days, I've been just seeing a lot of family. And it shocks me that so many people are starting to, the amount of people that already know about crypto, especially the younger individuals. And on the other side, people who have never even heard of what a crypto asset is, not even Bitcoin. And these are guys that are my age, like 20s and early, late 20s, early 30s, and I'm just like, it's remarkable for sure. And I'm excited, guys. I think we're all extremely early. If you're here today, 2022, 2-3 years from now, then we'll start seeing that $300,000-$400,000 Bitcoin, Ethereum at 25-30K, all these intraday volatility. It's all insignificant. This is a space that's going to be super, super interesting and pretty awesome very, very soon. If it isn't already.
47.
Look at that.
Very soon.
Bullish.
That's beautiful.
I love it. And it's 7:28 a.m. here. You guys, I don't have this kind of energy, but it's because of crypto. Crypto's crazy.
That's right.
All right.
All right.
Well,
should we do the trivia time?
Meta's excited for
it.
trivia.
It's trivia time.
All right.
Let's
Trivia time.
All right. Are you gonna go first, your Pop, or what's the plan?
Oh no, dude, you're way too excited. I feel like you have to go first.
Is my camera like really laggy?
Yeah, it's
It's been laggy all
Captain of the ship.
Yeah, let me put on my
Are you
captain.
the co-captain?
Let me put on my captain
Is that-
attire real quick.
Is that the announcement? The Meta is the co-captain?
Am I still frozen? Oh
co-captain.
man.
You're like in and out.
All right.
We can see your captain joint though.
The question is going to be very simple. A few months ago, there was a yacht that was sold in the metaverse. Okay, it was called the Metaflower, right? It was called the Metaflower Super Mega Yacht that was sold in the metaverse on Sandbox for a lot of money. How much ETH was it? How much ETH did
Oh,
it go for?
this is how much dollars, how
Man.
much ETH.
How much? Because the
That's
dollar
a good
changed so
question.
much, but how much ETH did it go for?
That's a really solid question.
Sheesh. Actually, I've heard about this. I was watching the
Oh.
Impulsive podcast, and they were talking about it. Oh,
Well, some people got the dollar right amount right, but we did ask for ETH. Let's double check. I'm gonna open OpenSea to tell you exactly how much it went for.
this is what I love about blockchain. You can just track everything.
Oh yeah, we're gonna go down. We're gonna go see how much it listed for. There it is, 149 ETH. Avik
Jeez.
Paul got it right. 149, which at the time it was bought, it was worth about $650,000. So Cam and Waria pretty much also got it as well, dollar wise. But we did ask for ETH, just given how much ETH has changed lately. But yeah, there's your metaverse yacht, and it came with a swimming pool. I think the swimming pool costs like an extra 2 ETH. No, I'm just kidding. But no, it's insane. Like 100. I don't know what they're gonna do with this, but 149. ETH.
So wait, so this was built on the Sandbox metaverse, right?
Yes. Yep.
So does it exist within the Sandbox metaverse already? Like, is it like a piece of real estate then, or like how does it work? Or is there going to be like an ocean where you can sail this thing and you just get like free reign and you can go wherever you want with it on the ocean?
I think the idea is if you own land in Sandbox, or if you are in the Sandbox metaverse, like you can come and bring your yacht and like drive it around, because there is like water there. And I think this was released by every realm, who are like some really big investors in the metaverse, who like have a lot of land in Sandbox. I think this is one of their ways to kind of really build up more hype. And I put a video out about this a few months ago. So if anyone's curious, you can go check out the video. I talk a little bit more in detail about the yacht and like what it entails. But yeah, it's essentially what it is. Like it's still, I don't know. I haven't seen any news lately about it, so I don't know what exactly is going to go down. But yeah, that is pretty much what I don't know. It's insane. But 149 ETH.
I just want to know. So 149 ETH. So I guess I personally have no clue, because I don't go Google, how much, yacht prices. But how much is a regular, like a cheap yacht? How much does that cost? A real one? Matt, I feel like you just know this off the top of your head.
No, I bought one a few weeks ago it was about $4 million. No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. I have no idea. I'm Googling right now, like yacht.com.
I'd say about $1 to $2 million, probably for a smaller, chill yacht.
I guess it depends how crazy you want to go. Like this one doesn't actually look that bad. Actually, no, this actually looks pretty bad. Never mind. Sorry, my internet's I don't know why it's being so slow. Yeah, yachts for sale in dollars.
By price.
Yeah. This is like a huge one though. It's like, wow, that's $90 million for a yacht.
Those are really big though.
Yeah, those are the big ones.
Yeah, no,
those are the big boy ones. I'm talking, yeah. You're talking about the
like
the
a
little
Sudanese yacht,
Yeah, like a little normal yacht.
$5.
Like the kind that didn't stay on the docks, but they don't actually go anywhere.
I mean, I'm too poor to be on this website.
No engine, no swimming pool. The swimming pool, I think, is what adds so much.
Do they not have like a sort by?
You have the ocean all
price?
around you. Huh?
Do they not have a sort? Oh, here, sort by price. Here we go. Sort by price.
Prices range from 300,000 to 15 million. That's what Shinja Kim said. Yeah, we know it's
okay. Yeah,
15 million. So
yeah. So this one right here is.
We just go based off that ballpark. You're telling me that someone paid 149 ETH, so potentially could get 2 real yachts.
You can get this right here for $400,000.
$400,000. That's a nice looking yacht. Look at that. You could live in there.
That's beautiful.
Oh yeah.
Yacht Club Inu might have to buy that.
That's like one day of a 1% reflection that Saitama could have. They can just buy a yacht every single day.
Oh man, that's See, that just really put it into perspective. That's heavy.
It's crazy, man. It's crazy.
Well, I'm sure their contract isn't renounced. I'm sure they can go through and make those. But now they're talking about exchange listings, so probably not. But yeah.
Yeah, that's actually a good point too.
But also we can go on to the next question. But Avik, who got the answer correct, if you can please post your Twitter handle or somewhere that we can get in contact with you and send you your $50 of ETH.
Perfect.
Very
Excellent.
cool.
Well, I guess we could definitely move on to question number 2 then for trivia. So, Rigger, do you want to go or do you want me to go?
No, that's all you. Go ahead, man.
All right, cool. So, I don't know. I think this might be the easy for me, but all of you are going to struggle with this question. So, while I was here in the Middle East, this is so random, but hopefully you guys get it. When I was here in the Middle East, I got the opportunity to visit a hotel that has the biggest swimming pool in Abu Dhabi or Abu Dhabi. The biggest swimming pool in Abu Dhabi. Which hotel is it?
That's a good question.
I don't know. Swimming, just the pool thing from the yacht, I guess, stuck in my head. Not a 7-star hotel. Oh, shit. I shouldn't give you guys any hints. Warrior said 7-star hotel.
Nope, not yet. I don't see
There's
it.
owls here. Do you know which one it is?
Oh yeah, I know.
Meta?
Yeah.
Oh, he said I know.
Oh, there it is. Is that it?
Meta
There
owns it.
There it is.
Oh, Cam!
You are correct. Cam is our winner again. Yes, the Ritz-Carlton Grand Canal is the one that has the biggest swimming pool in
Sheesh.
Abu Dhabi.
Oh, man.
You guys want to know what's funny? It's actually, it's hotels here. Dubai, the hotels are expensive, but here in Abu Dhabi, they're actually not that bad. Hopefully, no one finds me. But let's see if I turn the camera here. You guys can see the biggest pool in Abu Dhabi
In the flesh.
in the flesh.
That's awesome.
It's the angle's kind of weird, but yeah, man, it's
Now everybody's
it's
gonna
been.
know
It's
exactly
I don't
where
want to
your
go back
room
to the
is.
States at all. Last night I was just sitting poolside, nobody there, so quiet. Life is different here, and a lot more affordable. But yeah, that is the Ritz. I did a little Instagram video on it too. I don't know. Shameless plug. Go follow me on Instagram. I'm starting to like Instagram more than YouTube, guys. Believe it or not.
That's
Yeah.
awesome. So I guess Cam got that one right. I'm excited for Cam. Cam was always the first one on these streams, so
I'm not
super
gonna lie.
excited for my guy
Like
Cam.
I know we're not supposed to be biased in the people that win trivia, but I really get excited when Cam wins because he's just such a big supporter of the stream and he's always commenting on our Twitter posts and stuff like that. So I get happy when Cam
Yeah.
wins the trivia
yeah.
giveaways.
Absolutely.
Cam, Waria, Junior Rice, all the
yeah, no,
George.
there's a couple of people that get me excited for sure.
I
Shout out to you guys,
love
man.
it. Yes, shout out to the recurrent. Hopefully, one day, guys, the stream is gonna be at like 10,000 people viewing at the same time.
That'd be
Things are gonna be
crazy.
so much different, but we all start somewhere, and it's been so much fun. New subscriber, Heck M, welcome.
Hello.
All
So did
right.
we of course we already have Cam on Twitter and stuff, but did we get Avik or are we still working on that now?
No, I have not seen anything from Avik. Unless he like adds us on Twitter, DMs us. I haven't seen anything yet.
Gotcha. Avik, please just go ahead and drop your Twitter handle in the live chat so that we can find you or you can find us and follow us on Twitter so that we can DM you and so we can get connected and get a way to send you that ETH. But okay, I have a trivia question that's not really related to yachts, but it's related to ships. And this comes from one of my most favorite movie series of all time, which is Pirates of the Caribbean. And my question is, what is the name of Jack Sparrow's ship?
Ooh.
That's a good question.
Someone said Titanic. Jayhawk.
Jayhawk.
Salim. The Black Pearl. That is correct.
See Black Pearl.
Literally one of the best movie series of all time with one of the best actors of all time.
I mean, again, I would. I don't know. I never got into Pirates of the Caribbean, but I feel like I need to go back and actually watch them because I would always fall asleep within the first 15 minutes.
Yeah, they're longer movies. It's kind of like a Harry Potter type
They
thing,
are.
but they're good. And I'll admit there's one or two that are not that great, but the first one is, one of the best movies of all time in my opinion. It's definitely up there in like my top 3 or 4 best movies of all time. The first one and the last one are really good, and there's some in between that are not the best, but the first one is for sure a must watch. But yeah, big shout out to
Agreed.
Salim. Salim, if you want to go ahead and just drop your Twitter handle, DM us, follow us on Twitter, of course, and then DM us so that we can link it to your account. That would be great.
Perfect.
Warrior did not win this time, unfortunately, but I mean, Warrior wasn't. No, it wasn't Warrior. It was Chris Herrera that that literally won like 3 in a row that one day. I think that was the first day you guys were in Dubai. If
I
I'm
think
not
it was
mistaken.
Oh,
Kane's
yeah, I
crypto.
do remember.
Kane's crypto won
Okay,
3.
oh, okay, gotcha. Yeah, that's who. Kane's crypto, and I just went back to back to back. But Nutella next
That
time,
was
like Cam
nuts.
said. Nutella next time.
Absolutely.
So yeah, Salim, Avik, you got his DM.
I do
Meta?
not. I did not get Avik's DM.
Avik, please just drop your Twitter handle in the live chat so that to make it a little bit easier to facilitate as well.
Did you? I'm not sure if he DM'd or your pop, but if you can DM us on Off the Chain Live, that would be perfect.
Oh, maybe he did. Yeah.
Avik.
And then
Perfect.
Salim,
Avik and
if you
Salim.
if you have a Twitter account, please go ahead and drop your handle. Follow us on Twitter and send us a DM so that we can get connected. And it's at Off the Chain
And
Live.
guys,
Meta just put it in the live chat.
we are officially 2 subscribers away from 600 subscribers on the channel. So if you guys haven't already,
Oh boy!
smash the like button
That's exciting.
and consider subscribing to the Off the Chain channel where we bring you guys Ethereum giveaways and new tokens every Wednesday and Sunday.
Now we're
Hopefully
1 away,
soon.
1 subscriber
7
away.
days
Who's
soon.
number 600? Who is it?
Here we go.
Who will it be? Oh, $5.99. $5.99. Come on, there's inflation, things going on. You guys know it's subscribe.
Someone has to.
600 subs is like actually, I don't know. Oh man.
You think we'll get to 600 first, or will Bitcoin hit 4,700 first?
I think we'll get to 600 first.
Ooh. Yeah, Bitcoin at 4,700. We would be. Oh, we'd be. I don't think we'd be on the stream right now. 600 subscribers achieved. Ooh.
Nice.
Nice.
Awesome. We appreciate you guys. The big 600.
Yeah. Salim and Avik, if you guys are able to get in contact with us, we appreciate that. I'm not sure I see anything. They might have already hopped off already, I guess. I don't know.
That would be tragic.
Perfect. Well, 7:43 a.m. Time to go back to sleep for an hour or two and then get the day started. But thank you guys all for tuning in. Meta, rigor, always real. But
Sure.
I don't know. That's all we have for you guys today, man.
Until next time.
Keep
Hopefully we'll see
investing.
you all on what day? Today's Sunday. We'll see you guys hopefully on Wednesday. We'll see.
Sure.
Maybe it might be a
Wednesday,
different
yes.
day. We'll see. But
Yeah.
sounds great.
Bitcoin
Awesome.
Miami coming up soon.
Oh, yep. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Take care, everybody.
All right, guys.
Bye-bye.